You know what? I was one of those people. I used to live in an apartment. I used to live in a condo, and now I live in a house. It's a good transition, and I'll probably have that same transition as I age. I'm almost an empty nester. My wife and I have been married 25 years, and we have a senior in high school, and the other two are in college, and we even had that discussion the other night. Time for us to downsize and to move. We've been in the same house for 23 years. It might be time for us to look at a different option.
There's some realtors here. Talk to you.
I know. And let real quick on the, yeah, all these business cards. When you talk about schools, there's a saying that we use in Jefferson County. Our student population, our children, are 25% of our population, but they're 100% of our future. And I can't tell you how much I support our board, I support our superintendent, I support our administration, I support our teachers, and most importantly, I support our children. And we have a duty as citizens of Jefferson County to make sure that everybody comes to the table. There's a lot of smart people around this table. We have the duty to make sure that they all sit down and they talk. And they don't use the kids, they don't use this, they don't use that as a discussion, and it penalizes the children. They're smart. Everyone around that table are smart individuals. It's time to sit down and work this out and get to a solution, because it's vital for economic development, it's vital for the workforce, it's vital for the health, well-being of our entire community. And until such time as we take it out of the headlines and put it around the table and actually work through it, we're still going to have all this going on. I think it's vital for us to demand that they sit down, they work it out, and quit throwing bits and pieces around and trying to make let's solve the issue. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. I look forward to your questions.
Again, can't begin to thank these four enough. They really, truly do understand the power of home ownership and the importance of protecting property rights. So I would love to give them all four another round of applause for all their support. So with that, I think we'll open it up to questions. Keep in mind, if you have one for Mayor Murphy, ask her quick because he's got to take off in a couple. Questions?
Mayor Joyce, could you give us the addresses of those senior citizen homes being built, as well as the cottage homes and patio homes?
The senior residences will be at 44th and Vance. There'll be 50 units there. And the cottage residences will be at 32nd and Wadsworth, just kind of directly west of Wadsworth, kind of there's the background with entrance off 32nd. And that's called Yukon Court, is what those will be called.
And then the patio homes?
The patio homes are at a nice group it's called Incarnation, and it's at 38th and Fenton. There'll be quite a variety in there, single family, attached patio, and row homes.
Is there a place to get that information, a website or
Incarnation, or you want to go to Perkins Row, Parents Row is what it's called. That's the one on 38th and about Fenton.
And Parents is P-E-R-I-N.
P-R-R-I-N, it's Parents Row. See how much housing is needed?
I got a call. Do you know, Mayor, what is going to be done on 38th and Wadsworth, that old dealership?
Yes. Actually, I don't know that I know for sure. That is definitely one that there's quite a bit of interest in. As you know, may or may not know, there is interest from a Walmart to purchase there. The agreement has been made. But the interesting thing is yes, we're getting our flack about the Walmart and et cetera. The Walmart does create the base, and it is a grocery Walmart. It is not a full, large super Walmart, which is pretty interesting because they're talking about 47,000 square feet, and the King Supers we have up on about 100, about Youngfield has about 120,000 square feet. So it's not a very big store, but it does create that base that is sorely needed. And along with that Walmart, assuming all this comes through, we'll have retail, restaurant, stores, as well as another housing component, much like what we talked about earlier, patio-type homes, more vertical-type homes. So it's a very important development for the city of Beach.
So Walmart is coming in.
It's not signed, there's no deal made yet, but the negotiations are still going on. As you had referred, we had looked at so many alternatives, and you just cannot find a base store that easily. They're just not doing it. So you have to go with what's available, or let a city, an area stay vacant for another 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is.
This is actually for all of you. You had mentioned before we were standing up here that you need us to help disseminate the information on these new construction projects. And she just asked a question and came up with, well, you need to go to the builder website. And unless you know the builder, that doesn't work for the rest of us. I think maybe you should get together or somehow, may I suggest that come up with a site to show what your cities are doing, that's disseminated, so we can go on these sites and find out what's going on.
Right, and those builder sites are usually under the name of the project, and I did like Incarnation or Heron's Row, that's where you can find them. But obviously the cities all need to get more information out to the realtors about what's going on. Obviously, Peter, through your organization.
I think Metrolist is trying to help too with the new construction. So anytime you walk into a place or you see it, I mean, I would encourage as realtors to make sure that we're out there encouraging builders to put it on where we all search. So.
In regards to that question, that was an issue that was brought up to the Jefferson County Economic Development Council about 2 years ago. They asked if Jefferson County would work with them to develop a database that you can quickly go through and look at. That database is almost complete, right, Mayor Williams? And it will identify not only residential, but commercial, industrial, if it's vacant land, if it's developed land, and then they're also trying to put in there that if it's vacant, who the utility providers are, what the cost of utilities are. So it's very detailed, and they're using the Jeffco GIS system for all that, and so it can be queried based upon parcel maps, parcel data numbers, assessors numbers. So it's being developed right now, and it's almost ready to roll out.
How will we find out about that?
The plan with, once that is done, we have through the Jeffco EDC, we have a real estate committee, subcommittee. As soon as they're ready to roll that out, I'm sure it will be blasted out to anybody and everybody that's out there. They want to, unlike Microsoft and rolling out updates, they like to make sure that it's bug-free before they roll it out. So they're going through it, making sure it all queries properly, that works properly. Once they're comfortable with it, then I'm sure everybody will make sure Peter's aware of it, and so we can blast it out to everybody.
This is for the mayor of Lakewood. Do you have any updated information on the Green Gables project, or what type of housing is going to be in there, if there's any seniors?
You're getting along so well.
That's why the mayor and I are separated.
It's actually a development in the county that is an unincorporated Jefferson County. It's an enclave. It's not in the city of Lakewood. It's zoned for 600 homes down.
Right.
And we're beginning to see some activity.